Hello there, everyone. It is Soul Super 17 here, and let me get through this like usual. I do not own any of the characters from My Hero Academia and Seven Deadly Sins. I own none of them or the names, and this is a non-paid, you know, video, and it's just for fun. And I'm not even on this picture. All right. So since I got that out of the way, let's just have a little review of what happened last time. Um, the sludge villain, attacked. Some people were just asking Kaisuke why. Oh yeah, sorry about that. People ask Kaisuke that why does Deku, didn't want to date them, and funny moment having with her friends, and yeah, sludge villain attacked Kaisuke. Deku saved her, and beat the living crap out of sludge villain. And everyone tries, all the heroes are going to try to scold him, but people also asked what his quirk is. So he just got annoyed, and he just said to Katsuki, let's ditch this place. And he used, I'm just going to say Silent Hunt. He just disappears, basically. So yeah. So now let's get to the part where it's at. Okay, so he deactivated Silent Hunt, to uncloak themselves from the world where no one can see them, or even touch them, or hear them, basically. And, Kaisuke is, like, they're, like, almost near their house, and Kaisuke's just, a little bit upset. And Deku's just saying, sorry if I had to help you, but you could have died. I couldn't let that happen. So please don't be mad at me for this. Just saying that in a worried tone, Katsuki just speaks out, and she says, she says, I'm not mad at you for helping me. I'm grateful to it. It's just I couldn't do anything. That's what I'm mad about. I'm still weak. And Deku just pats her head and just says, you're not weak. And she's smiling a little bit. And then he just takes his hand off and says, come on, Misaki will be mad if we don't get home soon. She goes, yeah, and then she says, my bag. She probably realizes she doesn't have her bag. And Deku just sighs and says, we can get it tomorrow. And then she just says, okay. Alright, All Might will not give him one for all. He couldn't even find Deku, basically. Well, Bon. He couldn't even find him. He doesn't even know where he lived. They just, yeah. So he's just gonna give it to Mirio. Oh, I did forget to mention, All Might was there watching. But he was, like, so stunned that someone was able to throw a hero to the side. And it was, did what he did. So, yeah. He doesn't know about his power. I mean, he also said it was a power, not a quirk, so he doesn't know if All for One will even work for him. Well, All Might's, yeah, One for One. I mean, sorry, I've been watching way too many What Ifs, and they always say All Might's quirk or All for One and stuff. But I'm just saying All Might's quirk. So All Might doesn't know if his quirk will work with him. So yeah. So Mirio's gonna get his quirk in this one. So when they get home, Misaki just looks at both of them, and she's then like hugs them and saying, "Oh my God, I was so worried about you two." Deku just says, "Well, you should be more worried about her than me." And then Misaki says, "I don't care. I'm worried about both of you." He goes, "Sorry." Deku just says, "Well, sorry," basically, and she says it's fine. And then as soon as she lets go, Deku just starts walking to the kitchen. He tells everyone that he's gonna make dinner, so get ready for it. and he still has his school uniform, you know. So everyone gets ready, yes, and yeah, as soon as he gets dinner done, sets out everything, he goes back to his room. He tells everyone to start eating, and they do. But they're like, Mitsuki has been worried about Izuku, for the longest time because of how Inko was. She thinks she asked him if he wanted to go to a psychologist to make sure he's okay, and he said no, I'm fine. It was only like for a year, so it shouldn't have been that traumatic. Like, he doesn't care about that no more. Like, he got over it. But still, she's been acting like a mother to him, so she is worried. They all know about his regeneration and immortality and everything. So they're just, and she's also worried that he's not gonna be with anyone, so he's gonna be alone for the rest of his life. And if anyone's gonna say make Katsuki be his freaking girl, like ship him with her, that's the funny thing I said. She was gonna fall for him, only like for a tiny bit because of what he did, and that's it. I mean, she's not gonna really fall in love. She's just gonna like him. But there was gonna be someone else. I just need to figure that out. And it's not gonna be Momo or Araka. It's gonna be someone else. All right. Okay. So basically, though he comes out, he just wearing some normal clothing. They start eating, and Mitsuki's like asking him how was his day. He said it was good. It was boring, and he heard some girls ask Katsuki why I don't date no one. And then Mitsuki's just like, it got to that point, huh? And Katsuki says, yep. And the Ken felt Deku just sighs, said sorry for so much hassle. To Katsuki, she says, no, it's no problem. So, yeah. Um, so, this is, the next day is when, like, the 10 months start, but they're still in school, but the training, let's just say, like, he looks up a place to train that night, though, before the next day. He looks up a place, and it's Deku Beach. So, he like says, alright, I'm gonna go there. And, yeah. The next day, it's a weekend, so he goes to Deku Beach, and he sees all the trash. He goes, wow. People have no respect for a beautiful place, huh? He sighs and then says, well, I got a lot of work to do. So, he trains every different part of his the muscle in his body, and just, he does this. He also does some schoolwork, because, school is still in session, but he also, does some training at home. He doesn't stop training. He does, because he can't really train with his other abilities, because Bond's not around, but the Hunter Fest one, that takes a lot, a lot of people. So, like, a lot of people's energy and raw strength. So, he needs to be like, my body needs to absorb it and not, like, be at its limit. So, yeah, that's what he thinks. So, that's why he's training his body more to handle that. And, let's say around like 3 weeks are in, All Might and Mirio see him, but All Might's in his not buff form, debuff form, and they're just like wondering who's this. Mirio asks who's that, then he sees the blue hair, and then he says, oh, it's that kid that defeated the sludge villain. And Miro says, "Oh, cool. Can we go talk to him?" All thinks about it, says, "Why not?" And well, they meet. Miro says hello. He says hi. He sees the skeleton man. He goes like, "Oh, um, hi, sir." He goes, "Hello there, young man. What are you doing here?" This is basically all I'm asking him. He says, just some training." He decided on this week that he should probably focus on punching metal. So he just found the metal car and just started punching away at it, and to make his hand more like rougher, so that way when he punches the robots, it doesn't start bleeding every single time. And I see like all the indents because he's been doing this for a couple of days now. I was about to say weeks, and they're asking how long did you do this to the car, and he goes, "Yep." How? I just points to his fist, and they're like, "Oh." So Miro says, "Do you want to spar?" And then he goes, "Sure." So Miro and him just start sparring. Miro does permeation, and Deku's just like thinking, okay, so this is quirky, allows him to pass through stuff, and he's just putting the pieces together. So if he can pass through stuff, that means he may be able to try to get a sneak attack on me. And yeah, he was right. Miro does come up from behind and try to hit him. He dodges out of the way, and then he says, "Physical hunt." He takes away Mirio's stamina and his strength, and he's like on one knee. He's thinking, "What the? What? He didn't. Why am I so tired?" And Deku's just saying, "Your power may be good, but when it comes to someone like me, it's not even gonna work. No tactic you have will ever work." And then he just goes up to Miro, and then he's about to punch him, but he stops right before he gets to Miro's face. Because Miro was like, he lost so much stamina that he couldn't even use his quirk. Then he stops and saying, "I won." And Miro just nods his head. And then he releases all the energy back into Miro. And he's like, "Huh?" And then Deku's just saying, "Okay." Because Miro does not have his hero suit, so he just says, "Okay, Miro, can you please put back on your freaking clothes?" And Miro's just laughing. He says, "Alright." And then he's like, "I am so glad I do not have that type of quirk." That's what Deku thinks. Because he'd be really embarrassed that ever happened. Also, this video is gonna go past 15. So after that fight, Mirio is very intrigued with Deku. So they help him with the cleaning up the beach because All Might want him to still do it but he wanted Deku to stay in there so that way this far. Mirio helps him out with the studying because Deku wasn't really gonna study anyways. So Mirio helps, and it's to the UA test. Whole entire test, written test, and practical exam. So yeah, Deku and Katsuki start walking up together and start talking how they're gonna win and everything. And Deku just says, I don't know. I may win or I may lose. As long as I give it a shot, that's all that matters, right?" And Katsuki gets mad at him, saying, "Why do you always have a laid back attitude?" And he just then narrows his eyes and then laughs. And then says, "It's because my teacher. I became a little bit too much like him." And he said, "I didn't think I was going to become like him in this way." And Katsuki just sighed and goes, "Whoever that guy, whoever he really was, his name, Bond, is, you really learned way too much from him." He goes, "Yeah. I mean, I was a thief at one point, remember?" He whispers back to Katsuki. She goes, "Yeah." I know. So Uraka never happens. They take the random test. Deku gets, let's just say, since he's been training with Muriel, but then also studying with him, he doesn't like get much of a. He gets third place. Yeah, he just gets third place, and then it's on. I think they also did like a, I don't know, physical exam to see how what they're about, like, just to see how physical they are. But if not, then this is right to the practical. But I'm just saying, if there was a physical exam, Deku just freaking won that. I mean, he was just like the top. Like, they were just shocked how buff this kid is. So yeah, Deku then in the practical exam, he's just leaning against the wall, yawning, and everyone, some girls seeing this guy that's tall and has blue hair, just yawning and being like nonchalant about this. That's why some girls. That's the reason why some girls find him attractive, and they go up and try to talk to him. Yeah, but Ida gets in their way, and then Deku just walks past Ida, because he looks at the girl right in his direction. Right when Ida tries to stop him, Deku just looks behind him. He goes like, "I figured if I walk in this direction, you will try to stop me." He goes, "Yes, why are you going to go?" And then he just points his finger up to his face, up to his lips, that says, "Shh, let me finish. I'm just going to go to the front. I'm not going to talk to that girl. But now, I'm going to go to the front and talk to that girl, because now I'm seeing that she is a little bit nervous. So, if you want to think I am going to, ruin her chances of winning, come over with me." And Edith just nods his head. So they get to the front where Uraraka is, and he just says, "Hey, brown hair girl." He doesn't even know her name. She goes, yes? He goes, "Why are you so nervous?" And then, she explains the reason why. And then he just says, "Okay, so just take some deep breaths in and out. It'll calm your nerves." So she does, and then she says thanks, to Deku. And then he goes, "No problem." Then he walks into the front, and Ida says, "I'm sorry." And he goes, "Hey man, no sweat off. It's really no problem." I was trying to think of what that was saying was, but I only say it was no problem. Think of that. But yeah, so President Mike then says the doors are started opening, and Deku just ran right through them. Ida was like, "What?" And then President Mike saying, "Why are you all just standing there? There's no time for heroes. There's a villain attack. Follow that kid's example. Go, 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 go!" And everyone, goes. Deku has a little bit of head start, and he's just like not even pushing his body to the limits, because training with Bond, he had to like be like on the same level of speed as him almost for his body to, when he becomes immortal, to use 100% of it. So yeah, that's the only reason why Deku's thinking Bond made him do all that physical training so much. But yeah, so Bond. So Deku like starts getting some points, and yeah, he's by near almost the end of it, since like 20 minutes left. That's what the 0 point comes in. He has 100 points. So Deku sees, I'm not gonna make him take on the 0 point because he won't have anything how to do it. Actually, wait. There's a whole bunch of people there, so why not? So Deku then like sees like the 0 pointer, and then he goes, "Well, I'm not gonna." And then he hears Araraka. He goes, "Shit, brown hair girl's gonna get crushed," and he runs. He runs over to where the rubble is, and he sees everyone running, and he just says, Hunter Fest. And he just starts taking everyone's like physical, like the physical, like half of the physical strength or something. How it works. Yeah, half of the physical strength for everyone, and some of their stamina. And then he gets over to the rubble. He's like the uniform is just ripped. Like he's got that. There's like I think 50 people, so he took that's like a lot of strength he can use. And he's a little bit more. He's a lot more buffer. So then he like takes the rubble and he gets it off of Araka. He says, "Can you run?" She goes, "No," and he goes like, "Crap." And he goes, "Well, I'm gonna break my arm." She was like, "What?" He just starts he runs right he sort of starts running again and then jumps and basically his legs are not broken. He just like pours all the energy he has into his right arm. Well, no. He just jumps and he like puts his hand right through like the metal of like he gets like halfway up and puts it right into the stomach of the robot and just starts running up there. And right when he gets to the head, he just starts punching the robot like head and just trying to get into it. But with all that strength, he thought, oh, I wasn't gonna get into it. He just takes a couple of freaking punches and he goes right into the robot's head and then right back out. And then he goes, wow, that was easy. The robot just start falling forward. Deku then just like punches, like kind of slides down and then punches the robot's body so that way it would fall backwards. And it does. So he saves Uraka. He gets rescue points, and everyone's wondering what the heck just happened and what he did. After he released the energy, people are about to come see him and ask him questions, but then he says, well, now you see me, now you don't. And he's just gone. And that's where I'm going to leave it off, everyone. Hope you guys enjoy it. And if you guys don't really like this series, I mean, I'm going to continue on to it till I think I can stop. So I just made like 10 parts, and then that's it. This is like, I know I didn't say what if. I just want to get into it. So yeah. So this was what if Deku was trained by Bon, part 4. Alright. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day or night. Bye.